Well, the issue of defection to mostly the All Progressive Congress, the APC, from their federal lawmakers is highly condemnable because the Labour Party is a party that gave them platform to emerge at the platter of gold using the wave of Peter Obi, and then looking at how other Nigerians perceived that the APC and the PDP had failed Nigerian citizens, looking up to the Labour Party as a new party that will bring about new Nigeria. This is barely 1 year and some months, and already they're already defecting back to other political party than the political party that make them emerge as federal lawmakers. As one of the stakeholders of the Labour Party, I condemn such acts. And I know that similarly, so many supporters in their various constituencies are not happy about such development. We are thinking they've emerged under the Labour Party. It's time to all join hands together to build the party, not to start running here and there when it is not really, not really. We've not lost our ideology. I only see, sorry if they feel offended, but I just see some of these lawmakers affecting as desperate politicians. Till date, Nigerians are still looking up to the Labour Party as that party that will bring about positive change in Nigeria. You could see during the last election the massive turnout of the people coming out to vote for the Labour Party, and to also vote for Peter Obi, seeing that a new Nigeria is possible with the Labour Party and with Peter Obi. It's no doubt that the Labour Party won the presidential election, because we could hear conventions from some of the stakeholders in various states, let's say Rivers State, where some persons came out to say Labour Party actually won in Rivers State, but the governor then outturned the results, and lots of confessions really coming out. And from the reactions of from the people voters, a lot of people have already confessed that the presidential candidate of swept almost majority of the states. But it's unfortunate that INEC have to do what they did, which both internationally is being frowned at. When talking about beavers, talking about electronic transmission of results, which was not done as promised by INEC. But not to digress from the point. The Labour Party, we are still focused on bringing about the new Nigeria, which is very, very possible. And you could see, particularly using the FCT where I stay, where the legislators of the Labour Party are really representing their constituents very well. Starting with the House of Rep member here, who I can vouch for, has been a Labour Party member even before the coming in of Peter presidential candidate Peter Obi into the Labour Party. Honorable Joshua Chinedu Obika has been a member of the Labour Party, and that's the reason why such persons cannot think of defection, because at first they had a conviction and they were in line with the ideology of the party, not those who just swing into the party because of the wind of the Peter Obi, as it was really rising. People saying the Labour Party is the new party to beat. So a lot of people accidentally find themselves in the Labour Party because of desperation to win an election, while some persons are bent on really putting hands together with other stakeholders of the party to build the party. So our ideology still remains that new Nigeria is possible, a new Nigeria that is free of corrupt practices, a new Nigeria where citizens will have equal opportunities and equal rights, no justice operation, a new Nigeria where policies that favors the masses will be looked into, a new Nigerian that considered a common man, not a Nigerian that just wakes up to announce on policies that are too harsh on the masses, causing economic meltdown. Labour Party is still producing and will continue to produce quality leaders. Those that live can live, but it's unfortunate that they are living. But it is clearly showing us that they were never meant to be with us. And we are still open to embrace quality leaders that will come and build this party, because the hopes of Nigeria is still on the Labour Party. Affected their ability to deliver. There is no political party presently in Nigeria that does not have political crisis, that do not have a crisis. The PDP also, they have leadership crisis at their NWC, the National Working Committee. You could see them having meetings here and there. The other one they held in Plateau. We could see them also holding one in Taraba. They've been going around trying to see how they can reconcile their differences. Same way the Labour Party is also going around. There is no political party that's never had crisis. But whenever there are crises, elected officials are automatic stakeholders of the party. It's no time to run. It's time to come to the table and see how this crisis can be resolved. So if they are running away from the party because they feel there is crisis, the party they are defecting to, that political party, don't they also have crisis? Does that mean that as they go back to that party and they see that there is crisis, they also run away from that party? You cannot run away from a house which you have built. If they were involved in the building of this party, they wouldn't run away. Like myself, I cannot run away from a house which I have built to strangers or to other people. No matter what happens, I will stay to defend that house. So how has it affected their deliverables? It has not affected the allowances that they are receiving. It has not affected their intervention, zonal allowances or funds that have been given to them to undertake their constituency project. It has not affected them proposing bills in the National Assembly. It has not affected them raising motions concerning things that are bordering on their constituents. So how has it affected them? You see, leaders have to start thinking about the next generation than thinking about next election. All of these people now defecting now are beginning to see that if they romance with the ruling party, maybe they have greater chances of returning back to the National Assembly. And I want to assure them that whoever that have defected from our party during the 2027 election, the electorate will prove them wrong. The electorate will tell them that we voted you under this Labour Party because we believe in Labour Party. And I'm telling you, the voters will shame them because they are not returning. Because people genuinely and deliberately voted for the Labour Party. So how has it affected them? Their funds, their projects released for them, that has not stopped their project from being given. That has not stopped their allowances from moving. That has not stopped them, whether the Senate President, for allowing them to raise motion in the floor of the Senate or on the floor of the House or the Speaker. All of these things are there. These are just some flimsy excuses, an opportunity for them to run. They are running because they have never been our member. Well, our constitution is not different from, is not far different from other constitutional political parties. But what we're looking at, we look at what is the Electoral Act saying about defectors, just as it is held in the Rivers State. What are their basis of defecting? They are elected lawmakers from a particular political party, let's say the Labour Party, which they belong to. They claim that there are crises in the Labour, but so long as I know, the party crisis of Labour Party have been resolved. It has been resolved in the sense that the court has ruled it out that the Julius Abure faction is a legal structure of the Labour Party, and the information that the other factions were condemning, that it is not of existence. The court also further proved that the Niue Convention meets up with all the criteria as it should. The notice sent to INEC and every other criteria were met. So confirming that the convention was done appropriately, and there is no problem with that. If we go now to our National Party office, Barrister Julius Abure sees that the national chairman and every other structure is being maintained from the national, state, and the local government. In fact, as I talk to you, we are warming up for our local government area councils election in the FCT, which the timetable is expected by February or March. So the grounds at which they defected, which of course written to the leadership of the National Assembly, and setting the reasons why they are defecting. And I know it's not far-fetched for them to say there are crises in the party. So my question is that which party has no crisis? And so long as I know, the Labour Party crisis have been resolved. Even the principal, the presidential campaign, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party has not come out to say he's not a member. He's still paying his dues in the Labour Party. So on what grounds we then now see they are defecting to another party? And of course, our party have reacted, and we are going to take it up with them so that it will be proven that they defected illegally, and let the court and let the law take its course over defectors who defected without genuine reason, without content reason for defection. And of course, they will lose their seats. Peter Obi is not in agreement, you would have come out to condemn it. But the Peter Obi that I know, that I worked with as a presidential campaign coordinator of the FCT, he obeys court orders. And that's the reason why when the court did all they could to turn the tribunal against it to see not in his favor, he protested in the Court of Appeal. He still went to Supreme Court, and the courts did all its verdicts. And Peter Obi told all Nigerians to be calm. There were a lot of agitation. Nigerian youth wanted to take up the street to say, no, that mandate must be restored back to Peter Obi. You could see Peter Obi stand. Peter Obi stand and said, let the law take its course. So Peter Obi has no opposition, even though he fought the system to say this system is not just, there is need for reforms in this system, but he has never come out to say disobey court orders. So for that, I've known him to obey court orders. For court to have given this ruling, Peter Obi is in consent of this court order, and he agrees with it. He has not come to make any statement. That is his stand. It has always been his stand, obeying court orders. You could see here, Peter Obi, His Excellency, Peter Obi, not coming out to condemn Barrister Julius Abure or the Labour Party, as I said earlier on. The relationship that we are talking about between the presidential candidate of the Labour Party and Barrister Julius Abure, yes, there were lots of allegations that were melted on Barrister Julius Abure, which Peter Obi, until the court ruled it out, was still bent on finding the real truth of it. And the best people to rule that out is the court. A lot of allegations against the national chairman and some members of the national working committees. And looking at the obedient faction too, many who were no Labour Party members and many who are not still Labour Party members came with a kind of, will I say, intention to reshuffle the Labour Party. And a political party that was not built yesterday cannot just be reshuffled like that or taken over the leadership. There are certain procedures that must be grounds that he is not fit to become the national chairman, or he should be removed. That is not the way to remove a person. So if you're talking about their relationship being tampered with, that is on a personal, is on our political ground. Because I remember the day we went for solidarity visits to Barrister Julius Abure at the national headquarters here in Abuja. His Excellency Peter Obi also came around to say hi to us. Until now, he has not appeared on any national television or written on any of his social media handles or made any statements of him having issues with Barrister Abure, having personal relationship issues. No, we've not had that. Have you heard of any? Let me just quickly cut you. I watched the clip of Peter Obi's visit to former Vice President Atiku. Even though the media did not really show us extensively their conversation, but lots of bloggers and journalists, presidential candidates, and it was suspected that they are moving for merger. But you could see that in that meeting too, the People Democratic Party national chairman was not also involved in that meeting. So this is consultation going on between prospective aspirants that wish to run for 2027 general elections. So it's their own thing that they are doing. When they get to party level, of course, all parties that want to merge, they will come on board, and that is when the national chairman of the Labour Party also will come on board with other political parties who are interested to merge. Just last week Friday, a committee electorate was inaugurated to factor in all the obedience into the Labour Party structure. So you see, after the court verdict, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed in the sense that a lot of people are coming on board. All the differences now are beginning to get settled. We are beginning to settle all our differences. Just as I told you, that there is no political party that does not have their own crisis. So our own crisis also is at the verge of resolve. That is the reason why you've not been hearing the Nanadi moving around again, holding meetings or attending functions. You could see that has ceased since the court gave that verdict. So the Labour Party now, before February, I believe that everything would have fallen in place, and you see a smooth running again. Even the tongue and teeth, sometimes they do have conflicts, but at some point they unite again to cooperate to keep the body functioning. So whatever thing that you are seeing in the Labour Party, it happened in the past 6-7 months ago, but just this October, November, you could see that the formation again is beginning to be formidable again, and that is the best of it. Whenever you have misunderstandings, you come to the table, you understand, and then you move stronger again together. The lawmakers in our political party, you can see clearly that they are minority, and there's a largely saying that the minority will have a say, but the majority will always have their way. Even though it's not as expected at all as all Nigerians wish, we wish to see them talk more. We could see the likes of Ireti Kingibe. She's also doing well. Some policies that are not going well, she speaks out. The House of Rep member also of the Abuja North, Honorable Chinedu Obika, is doing well, and some few others. I'm talking about those at my covers here, at my domain. They are doing well, even though it's not enough. Nigerians have had comments when Nigerians want them to do more, but you can see that the kind of Senate president that the 10th Assembly have, and the kind of speaker that they have, they are more of imposing. You could see some lawmakers of their own political party also challenging them openly, because it seems as if there is an attempt to deliberately voices in the National Assembly. I'm saying this without fear of no favor. Attempt to frustrate some, that whenever you are always seen not being on this side of the Senate president find a way of shutting you up, or not even allowing you have a flow to say anything. And the same thing is being seen at the National House of Reps. So I want the opportunity to see the masses should also buckle up and speak more, because this is representing us in a situation whereby the Senate president or the speaker try to suppress the voices of these minorities. I would have loved to also see the masses also reacting. They are also reacting because the government is of the people, for the people, and by the people. So it is not only on the lawmakers, but I still want to use the opportunity to call on the Labour Party lawmakers, which I've always done, to still speak more and stand against some policies that are anti-people. They should not just all rub minds together with the ruling party and assume all is well. Things that are not going well, they should come out and speak out against those policies. So I want to say, during the last outing, the Labour Party performed very poor, and the reason is not far-fetched. The differences that existed between the obedience and the Labour Party structure is what affected the past election, the by-elections that we've seen that took place. But I'm telling you now that with and the new negotiations are played on with the agreements that are far, and with the reconciliation that is ongoing, and some that have already reached resolve, that henceforth our outings, you're going to see a better performance. Even though I know 2027 is far, but it's not. Even though 2027 is far, it's not far. They say proper planning prevent poor performance, and proper planning promote progress. I want to say that this first 1 year has not really gone well with the Labour Party, but going forward with the kind of resolve that we've had between the obedience structure and the Labour Party, we are going to see an enhanced performance in the next election, whatever election that the Labour Party will participate in.